My name is Ryan Lippens, and I did my presentation on low productivity in the workplace. And a little bit about myself. I'm from the UP, from Bark River, Michigan. It's about 11 miles west of Escanaba. And I am doing my report on Lloyd Flanders, a company that I work for, and during the summer, and that is located in Menominee, Michigan, right on the border of Michigan and Wisconsin. And a little bit they do is they make furniture for wealthier people who can buy deck furniture. And some of the definitions on low productivity. Productivity is in business a measure of work efficiency such as 100 units per hour. Low productivity, not pushing out as many units per hour, or even just low moral or not liking the job. Some of the methods that I used while conducting my research was first of all, I looked on the internet just to get a little background on what I wanted, on how I was going to conduct this research, and some of the articles I used were just basic articles on what companies think low productivity is doing to their company. Also, I interviewed one person, and I looked up journals on the internet in the GRCC database. Also, I looked for a couple charts in this on the low productivity. Some of the findings that I found were the biggest thing that companies find is that with low productivity is that poor management is really the poor management is really the reason why there's low productivity in the companies today. And one of the biggest factor in low productivity is really poor management. And as seen on slide 5, I put a chart on there about how it leads to back to the managers, and a little bit of background on low productivity. Really, it all comes back to poor management again, and outdated systems really are the reason for companies to have people who don't know how to run their equipment, because it's really outdated and it's hard for the employee to make as many units as they need to. Poor management also is one of the key things in today's companies, and that makes employees have bad productivity while in the work environment. It decreases productivity in many ways. The overall strategy for such a company contains inefficiencies because the manager doesn't see and they don't take the steps to implement most productive ways to complete tasks. And also, some of the challenges with low productivity is really moral and the comfort level and tools, and again, poor management. Um, One of the things with moral is employees try to work their hardest even when long hours, inefficient training and management issues, low pay, and lack of recognition and poor working conditions can lead to moral problems. With the comfort level of an individual at work is hard if the person does not like his or her job. Also, some things that make your employees uncomfortable are desks, workstations, lighting, temperature, noise levels, and chairs that they will sit in can affect productivity. Tools, um, tools, if not working properly, can cause the employee to burn out or even want not want to work all the time. And again, with poor management, when managers are uninvolved or unavailable, employees have no one to turn to direct them to their guidance. Um, some of the benefits of having low productivity, yes, there actually is benefits in low productivity. Um, you can find out who the problems actually are. Like if it's not always the employee, it sometimes is the manager. Like I've found multiple times in this throughout the research. Um, that is because some managers will embarrass employees in public, and then don't follow up on employee ideas, and also demand unrealistic rules of order. So those are some type of benefits to finding low productivity and finding the source of what is making low productivity, why low productivity in your company is hitting you so hard. And also employee satisfaction. You really with low productivity in your company, with employees not working as hard as they are, sometimes they are not getting the care that they need, the wages, and sometimes they are overworked. And as seen on slide 9, there's a graph that shows how the productivity in the workplace has increased over the years with the amount of wages that people are getting. And that is because minimum wage has been going up and pay increases have been going up. And over the past 40 years, it has gone up about 50% because of the wages. And I also conducted an interview with a manager from Pathways in Escanaba, and her name is Jeannie Lippens, and she is a compliance manager at Pathways. She also says that the biggest thing that they're working through right now is budget cuts because the company has overspent on a lot of different types of things. She says that her employees are overworked, and she just tries to keep a positive attitude and tells them to just keep working hard, and she leads by that example by working really hard herself. And some of the ways to overcome low productivity is the manager can establish trust and give them, and the manager can give them respect that they need and deserve, and their manager should give them the respect that they want in return. And also, building effective teams can also help overcome productivity. Um, Building teams such as coming up with ideas on how to make the company better. And one of the analysis of this, of my report, is low productivity will always be there no matter what, because you'll always have those certain employees who will not want to work as hard as the employee that's sitting next to them. So then that makes a chain reaction of why companies do have low productivity, and it shows hugely throughout the whole company. And also, the interview was my best insight on this report because it gave me a real life experience in person to see how a manager deals with low productivity in their workplace. And the conclusion of this report is some of the things that I wanted to take away is always get to know your employees and what they want to do with the company. Also, it might not always be the employee's fault. It might not even be their manager's fault. It might be the people who are running the company. And also, try to find new ways to deal with low productivity. Don't always, if one way doesn't work and it only works for a couple weeks, a couple months, and then you're back to where you were a couple months ago, you should try a different strategy with low productivity. And also, as seen on slide 14, I put a statistical chart on there with countries in the world, and United States and Canada are actually one of the best countries that are engaged in low productivity. They have more employees who are engaged in the work and care about the work, and it's only 29%, but 54% of the employees are not engaged in the workplace. But that is the best statistical thing that I've found for the whole world.